What's up, guys? This is Ninja on Ninja, and there's this well, as you know, I don't like Adam Mockler. I think Adam Mockler is a little bitch. Basically, he's a faker, and he uses emotions and bullshit. He's trying to be something he isn't. He was a good reporter. He would go out to ask some questions. He'd get involved. Good, that stuff. Good to do more of that. But when he decides to step into my arena, basically like where Hassan is, that I'm gonna kick that fucker out one day. Hold on. Let me, I gotta pull my paper. Okay. Oh. So there are a bunch of people that I gotta read right now. The ego-driven uh, reporter, idiot, sellout, and fakers, basically. And Luke Beasley, Adam Mockler, Kyle Klinsky, and he abuses drugs. That's the only reason why you hear of him. And by the way, I gotta add him back. I regret unfollowing him, and the reason why is because I don't see anything of his, and I need to see his stuff. You gotta keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. Is what they used to say, and it's absolutely true. It's like poison. Like the more familiar you are with the poison, the less effective it is. That's exactly the same mentality and mindset. Again, I'm smart. I can connect the dots. I can see it. And there are people that'll hear that and then they'll run around and try to say it like as if they were the ones that thought of it. But because I put it in your head, that doesn't mean you came up with it. And that's cancer. It is for you to be like the people I'm reading right now, and for me to say an idea, right? Because I know I heard that from somewhere, right? Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. I don't know where specifically I heard that, but I know that was kind of a general statement, a general saying. And so what I'm saying is, as far as you're concerned, I said it to you. And so they'll come to me and I'll be like, I don't remember who it was. It was just like when I was young, everybody knew that. We had this thing called common knowledge. And basically today, that seems to be like godlike principles or something like that. Because you guys are fucking idiot, dog, fucking monkey minded fucking buffoons. And you don't think and you don't know. And that's kind of why I'm pointing this out. Luke Beasley, Adam Mockler, Kyle Klinsky, who by the way does drugs, I add him up. David Pacman, Phil DeFranco, Colton Wexler, Hassan Parker, Tim Pool, Caroline Levitt, Sarah Huckabee, Sanders, Laura Trump, Mike Huckabee, Kellen Conway, Peter Ducey, Caroline Levitt, Asmund Gold, Long Island Audit, um, Megan Zit Press, Emberoo, by the way. And yes, by the way, the Bernie blackout did happen, and just it's cancel culture or you die. Basically, one or the other. That's how they get rid of you. If they can't get rid of you, they can't. If they can't beat you, if the courtroom isn't enough, then they use cancel culture, and they'll basically kill you. Basically, those are options in the world. Basically, that's what it is. These fake alphas will see an alpha like me, or like I'll get an idea, or I have an idea, right? And I'll put two and two together, and then I'll take that four, and I'll say it for you guys to know. And so what happens is you get fakers like Adam Mockler. I don't know who this guy is on screen, but you get Adam Mockler, who will then see that, know the equation because I put it before him, but that's it. And he'll claim like, oh, he's the best, he's knowledgeable, and if you have any questions, ask him. But he doesn't know, and the whole alpha room doesn't know. And then presumptive, it's no, and jacking off, just asking the questions, no. Like you have to understand, like there is a line, basically, and jacking off is crossing that line. And again, jacking off as in just asking questions, jack. That's why I say fuck, F-U-Q for fuck. and that's why they say Jack. Jack is JAQ. Just asking questions, jacking off, right? So, anyways, I get that, and I know about that because of Destiny and wherever he heard it from, and that's fine. You can say that to your friends. Oh, this guy I know, Ninja, I heard it from him, and he says he heard it from somewhere he don't know. But yeah, that's what I heard from. That's fine. That's fine. But the problem is when you try to claim you're the authority and you're not, you are cancer, a plague on society, and you are why society sucks, dude. Literally, you are why society sucks. I'm stuck. There you go. Okay. So I pulled this up because I wanted to point out something.
Article was released, Elon Musk was actually those things about his potential assassination. It's crazy. It's madness. Before we get into this, I want to set the stage a little bit, though, because after this article...
So, again, I don't know the details or whatever. I don't really care. The point is, he said to set the stage, or before we get into it, he wants to set the stage. That's fine and dandy. But the people I presented or mentioned before, what they'll do is like, what I want to do, or it's like, shocking, energy drink works. Rainstorm, or actually, no. Shocking, energy drink works will reveal, right? So you click the video. I know that before we get into it, let me tell you about these bananas. And then I'll tell you about the energy drink. And then you tell me about the bananas. And that said, on to the energy drink. But real quick, I just want to add, I take medication. Oh, I missed one for the day. But yeah, they'll do shit like that, pull shit like that. Yeah. I wasn't sure which one it was. It was this one, okay. But yeah. So they'll do shit like that. And basically it's called clickbait. Or they'll post a video like, wow, that's crazy. What happened next will shock you. Or like, this is amazing. Or like, click here to find out what's next. And they'll use things. This pill's really making my mouth water. It's a children's aspirin, Tylenol thing. Aspirin. It helps with pain. It helps the blood thin out and regulate in my body, so I take it. But anyways, yeah, they do fake shit. So props to this guy because he's using that same kind of bait technique that others are exploiting. Again, I'm going to call him out. Ego-driven reporter, idiots, sellout fakers. Luke Beasley, Adam Mogler, Kyle Klinsky, Dave Pagman, Philip DeFranco, Colton Wexit, Hassan Parker, Tim Pool, Caroline Levitt, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Laura Trump, Mike Huckabee, Kellyanne Conway, Peter Ducey, Caroline Levitt, Asmon Gold, Long Island Audio. And again, they will fake it and they'll pretend, and that's what's hurting society. Because when push comes to shove, they retire, or they pretend to be great and then they have nothing. Right? That's what America's full of. That's why they got away with what they did in American government. It's because we allowed the ranks to be filled up, and they all just quit. Okay, well, fuck you then. I don't know. Oh, I just wanted to accept money. I'm just sitting at the table because I want to look cool. I want to look important. I want to act responsible. But now that I got to be actually responsible, I'm gonna just take my retirement. I'm retired. That free money, that free check, I'm out. Yeah, it's reduced, but it's a lot better than actually having to lift weights because I am a weak bitch. And I don't know what the fuck is going on because I'm a weak bitch. And that's what the world's full of. So, anyways.
Was released, Elon Musk was actually in.
So props to you for that.
in the White House with Donald Trump at the Oval Office, and he had a black eye for some reason, which was very, very strange. Adam Mockler, you can check it out. You love each video, and Mr.
I didn't know. So again, I'm gonna revoke what I said. Like, congratulations, you did what you did, but then you put some spin off and like, oh well, make sure to sub, follow, like, and blah blah. Bro, that's why people are stupid. You have to literally guide them to the button. Okay, so what you do is there's a button down on the bottom of a certain color, right? Take your mouse, you put your hand on your mouse, okay? And you jig your mouse, you know, the little cursor on the screen. You drag it down all the way to, and you'll see a button that says subscribe, and you push that button, okay? Like, and you wonder why people are stupid. Because you're allowing them to, like, and like, oh my god, give me that banana, I gotta chew that for you. And it's like, no, bitch, they have to learn to chew on their own. Let them chew. If you can't chew, fuck them, right? Again, there's a line. You guys are crossing that line. Like my mom, she used to break my wings to prevent me from flying, right? That's essentially what you guys are doing by making them do things because they're so fucking stupid. If they want to follow, they will. If they want to sub, they will. Yeah, a reminder helps. Yes, sometimes they're stupid and dim-witted, and you're like, subscribe! And like, and then like Marjorie Taylor Greene that one time when she was in Congress. And then the guy was like, I would like to enter this to the record. And she's like, what? Because she wasn't paying attention. And then to top all that off, you hear, she's like, without objection. Like, holy shit, shadow government. What the fuck? Like, if that's what we're dealing with, how are you supposed to play basketball with that? Like, that's your teammate right there. I just passed you the ball and you're like, what? Like, I can't play basketball with that. That's my League of Legends team, right? You expect me to climb when I gotta do that shit? I have a video of it too. I was trying to play. I was literally repressed by this bullshit all the time. That's why I play against bots. Right? Because my teammate can suck. My team can fake it. They can pretend. But I still have bots. And the only people who climbed before or because they found some overpowered character that was overpowered. And like Yasuo once upon a time, like he can 1v1 anybody. Right? He can 1v2, he can 1v3, and you can potentially 1v5 if you are like a wolf and you wait enough. Basically, like, oh, if the support oversteps and the support dies, and now it's 4v1, right? 1v4. And then fucking they're running around, the tank runs over here to do this, blah blah, and there's a split, and now the support spawns, and before the support gets there, you pick off the AD, here comes the tank, and you're picking off the off tank, and the off tank dies, and then the support gets there, and you fucking show up and instantly kill the support. Yeah, there's potential, right? And people exploited the shit out of that. But then they hit league, the tournaments, the big deal or whatever, and then it's like, oh look, the tank died, and everyone does this, right? They do that, and so you walk out and you're like, got punished, and you're like, where is everybody? They fell back because they're a team, and their team died. So instead of being selfish ball hog douchebags that learned like you, they fell back. Now their team is fully orchestrated and they go out again. And you're like, the support. And you go out and also you get hit in the side of the head with the cleaver. And you look at Mundo says bend over, bitch. And he fucking just manhandles you. And you're like, oh, I can't win in Worlds. But I'm the best. I can beat people in solo queue. And that's all you have is just your ability to solo queue. Like Night Blue, for example. Look at me, I can punch down with the end character in the jungle, and you're all fucking wonderful, great, It's the same fucking concept, right? Number one, and not number one in Warcraft, but I was a top player in Warcraft, right? Warcraft 3. I was a top player in StarCraft 2 until Legacy of the Void when they removed competition from the game and they let fat lazy couch potatoes like Nero Zerg lead the way, right? Now he's a top contender, but that's because the real top contenders quit. And all that's left is trash cans like him, where he was like, all in cheeser, yeah. And then fucking 10 years later, he's like, oh, I'm just using aggression. That's what I was doing to you, but 10 years ago, you fucking bitch. Before people like you became the mainstay, before you killed the game, that's what I was doing because we're all smart. And we're just punishing you for being bad. But instead of fucking changing, the world's changing around you, and now it's dying. And the same thing's happening to America. Oh, shocker. Blah, blah, blah. But that's the whole fucking world. Why do I do? Why, right. In fact, I'm gonna put down. I'm gonna make a new fucking franchise here. Nope. I have a side point that was animals are us without drugs. We are drugs. That's why. And I put the division. They're just words to trigger my brain, and then my brain takes over because I'm the smartest man alive. Intelligence is what my brain has, and then I can portray it because you are a brain, and what you're seeing right now, and the person talking to you doesn't exist. He's a fake too. Like all this is synthetic bullshit. It's just neurons firing and blah blah blah. And we're just like, oh me, man, that's just because you're dumb and you're stupid. If you're actually aware and knowledgeable, that's why old people are like, I can die now. It's because you understand, you know, right? Anyways, let's see, gamers who killed gaming. Nero, Zerg, Grubby, there's hella people. Anyone who cried slash cried how would I do that? Because I'm trying to think of how I would say that. So basically, anyone who cried cheese, right? But I'm trying to put cheese as optional. Who I guess with slash with. Oh, I'll put it in what's it called? What are they called? Those bracket things. Anyone who cried with or without cheese. Basically, so nerds are grubby. Anyone who cried with. This will grow, but that's the point right now. The Bernie blackout did happen, and it's against cancel culture or murder. That's happened to Jeffrey Epstein. That's happened at 9/11 and 7/11. That's what's all sounds familiar because that's their fucking playbook. Then they have the 2025 the whatever 25 book or whatever. It's all the same bullshit. But yeah. So anyways.
No, this is First Lady of France. I didn't know this.
I was just horsing around with Lil X, and I said.
Yeah, Donald Trump is not really the president. He gets whispered by people all the time, and he does things, but because they told him to do it, and that's why I call him a Trojan horse. Because in reality, you're voting for him and want him to do it. He says A, but does B because they told him to do B, and he's gonna listen to them before he listens to you. Not because there's more favoritism for them over you, but because they're whispering in my ear, and you're just some dude on the internet, right? That's the disconnect basically, and that's why I get repressed into nothingness because I'm spreading awareness. I'm making you woke, and that's why they're trying to alienate woke. I'm trying to make it seem like a bad thing to be aware and a bad thing to be paying attention and to not be a sheep, because that's the alternative to being awoke is being a sheep. But they don't want you to know that. They control the narrative and they're trying to.
go ahead, punch me in the face, and he did. Turns out he.
Sure.
Guys telling the truth, but it's also like relates to the story that we also got today of just like this growing erratic behavior and how he has, struggled throughout his.
Cool.
A sad case. It's a case we win. We can't lose that case because we have the right to make grants.
This
is stupid. See, it's like you're too far left. You're talking about stupid shit that doesn't matter. But anyways, for the most part, that's it. I just gotta point out one thing. You get it by now. Okay. No, it's just that, like I said, he's too far left. Like, you're so I forget the word. Basically, like, you're so in your web that you're like, oh, you aren't, your web doesn't look like my web, therefore you're different, that makes you a bad guy. And that's exactly what they want, and why you're getting promoted, and why you're getting pushed to the top, and why I'm getting silenced and pushed it down, because they want the church, and they want the church organization, and they want an anti-church organization, and they want them across the street from one another and fighting, and they want people like me very far away, because I bring reason to the sheep, and I make them not appear to be sheep. So these big tits, right, slowly go away, and they start dissipating. Okay, and now it's just little two beliefs. There's two guys on both sides, and they're both like the biggest and baddest, and they just refuse, and they can beat my ass. So shut up. What are they gonna do? Whatever, fuck you, and we're going away. Okay, congratulations, you're the king, you won, right, congratulations. Like, and they meet each other, they fight, whatever, they go to prison, they get locked up, and everyone forgets about it. That's what it should be. But because the fucking, what's it called, the division, the manipulation, the dictation of narration, basically, and that's why you're fucking evil, and because assholes like him, and why he's popping off, and my list of all of those people, why they're popping off, and just to go over it one more time, from the top to the bottom to top, I stop in the corner, kind of the picture there, the mirror scan me my shit, okay, this is so dark, I can't see the end. Welcome to America. Okay, bad leaders, false gods. Kamala Harris proved it. Right. John Oliver fucked up. I didn't see it, but I did. Okay. So that makes sense. That's actually a saying that makes sense. Basically, she made a speech. She's like, what we're doing out with Iraq and stuff is we're influencing them, but we're not influencing them. And we're doing stuff, but we're not doing stuff. You know what I mean? Basically, that's basically to sum it up. And then John Oliver's like, oh, you're such a stupid bitch. You either on or you're off, you stupid bitch. And it's like that one dude that in the Jubilee debate was like, Jordan Peterson, you either believe or you don't. That's it. Those are the only options. You either are or you aren't, or whatever it was. And he's like, why should I tell you? And then everyone ran with that as if he made a decision. Oh, he's dumb. He didn't even know he's a Christian. He didn't know where he is. And it's like, again, dictation of the narration. That's all it is. And I'm suing them, by the way. I'm looking into lawyers that want to help me, because I'm getting they want me to pull down a video where I use their video, 40 minutes of their hour and 30-minute video. I use 40 or 50 minutes, and I was talking and influencing, like, oh, this is stupid, don't worry about this, or just this is pointless, blah blah, whatever. But their points, and the point is, my video was an hour and 30 minutes. I used 50 minutes. There is far less. Like, for me to say that's what's called fair use, for other people to get away with it, and for me not to get away with it, no. Paul Ryan's, so the bad people that I'm aware of, I'm gonna put Jubilee on this list too. Now, Jubilee, but hold on one second. Actually, there's Oh, it's the John Oliver one. I don't think that's right. Okay, I'll find it and I'll do it later. I don't know, I should put it now. Fuck. Okay, 1 second. Let's make sure you can see me. Okay. I forgot the name. It's a MLC or something. MNC? MLC? I don't remember. Hmm. Oh, I know. It's an LLC or something. I know how to do it. I just thought about it. I got the because basically I sent a not a response, but I sent Legal Eagle and Burn. Where's my email? What the fuck? Hmm. I sent a message to Legal. Ooh, cancel that. I sent a message, so I don't have it. Fuck. Well, I. I forgot what it was. I can't seem to find the mention. It, all that shit is gone now, by the way. It's funny. Unless they're older, maybe? But basically, it's an LLC or something. So, whoever was behind the circumstance to sue me is who I'm trying to point to, basically. But mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I remember. Sorry, I'm taking up your time. If I remember, I'll put it down below. How about that? We'll do that. We'll do that. If I find it later, I'll put it down below.
He's on illicit substances.
Okay, so that was
And
the point. It doesn't matter. Whatever he says, it doesn't matter. The point is, he's too far left. He's not in the middle. It's red, white, and blue, basically. And you are way too blue, and you think that it seems to be blue, or light blue, white, and dark blue, and that's kind of what you're acting like, essentially. But it's red, white, and blue. And they can go ahead and be red, and you can go ahead and be blue, but there's a white in the middle, and that's the government, basically. It's the neutral kind of bastion of you're allowed to be where the fuck you want. Your defense is clear, and justice and blah 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 is paramount, and you can be far left or far right. That's fine, but in the middle, it's white or all of the colors or none. It depends. I found out if you're the light when talking lights and energy. Like I think it's more of energy than anything, but when it comes down to like light and energy, it's a white kind of color. But when it comes to like paints, it's like black basically. So it depends. You're either white or black. But that's why I'm saying like it's not white and black. There's a bunch of nuance. Basically, it can be one or the other. So it could be black, red, and white, red, black, and white, or red, black, and blue. I should say. But no, I think honestly that would work too, and the forefathers would agree. It's red, black, white, or red, white, black, blue, basically. But the reason why the middle is black and white is because it depends on what you're looking at. If it's all energy, white. If it's matter, like as far as like earth and paint and whatnot, it's black. But I think as far as light, that's good. So red, white, and blue works. Never mind. But anyways, again, that's intelligence. I was making an intelligent observation and thinking. And again, why I reference that I think like judges and justice. Basically, I don't have bias. I don't care about left or right. I don't care about this or that. It's fairness and equality. And I know that there are people that are trying to take advantage of the system. So again, Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Jim Jordan, Pete Hegseth, R.K. Jr., Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marco Rubio, Janine Pirro, Jubilee, and the place in charge of Jubilee, or that owns Jubilee. On top of all that, Netflix and owners. Why did I say and owners? Because it's through Netflix that I'm being exploited, and it's through you that they are alive. So follow the route, bitch, follow the route, and that's why I point these people out because all you're thinking of, oh, well, just Trump, just Trump, just Trump. No, it's you need to understand Trump is just a Trojan horse to cover for these guys. Trump said he wouldn't touch our government. He won't, but these people will, and that's what's going on. So, an example of how ignorance can be weaponized, uh, Matthew Cawthorn, but how you can be like, no, I refuse, and how they will get rid of you, again, through termination of some sort of cancel culture, or they'll kill you. Again, Matthew Cawthorn. This is the reason why he's no longer valid. You don't hear about him. He was a congressman once upon a time, but the second he stopped selling their fruits, he's like, fuck, everyone's like, fuck you, and they left him. But a good example of more spinners is Fox News and all of the spin-offs of Fox News. I should probably get the names to that. But again, they've influenced like people like Trump. Like Trump may have been like fucking great, but again, because of the bad influencers, he's bad. The same thing with Elon Musk. Because no one wanted to make his cars, he was forced to kind of reconcile with the people I mentioned before, and that kind of ruined who Elon Musk is and why we have such a problem with him and what he does, because that bullshit. And the problem with that is that liberals are too soft and they don't have a spine, and they're either that or, um, you cross us and we'll never accept you into our party, right? And a good example of that was Sean Paul Reyes with Long Island Audit, basically. And basically, what he does is he will get sued and he will actually settle out of court, basically. And that's not how you get change. That's just how they change around you. And but if you want to change around the world, again, like these people, they like take your video down. I'm like, fuck you, bitch, and they, oh, well, fuck us, fuck you. I'm like, okay, we'll let a judge decide about it. Because I'm pretty sure my fuck you is gonna win, and you owe me millions of dollars, and I'm gonna buy this house and have it paid for, then buy my own house and get a motorcycle and probably kill myself on the road in 2 years. We'll see. uh, but they caused people like Jeffrey Epstein. They caused situations like 9/11. They caused situations with COVID that caused the businesses on the left to shut down. People on the right too, I'm sure. And the reason why is moving goalpost of healthcare. Basically, oh, get this. Oh no, get that. No, get this. Go get that. And eventually, just can't keep it open anymore. Costs will not wait for nobody. Uh, Basically, and maybe they tried to wait a little bit, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna keep changing the rules, and eventually, boom, you're gone. Same thing with terrorists. Basically, Charles Trump was like, I'm gonna put these tariffs in. Aaron pulled the money out, and next thing you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene goes in and buys all of your fucking money you pulled out, left it. So, what became $1,000, what's it called, stock, Marjorie Greene ran in and bought it for 10 cents. And then Trump was like, oh, never mind, changed my mind. And now all that fucking value returned back in. But now Marjorie Taylor Greene owns it instead of everyone else. So that's what happened there. And that's what they're doing there. And again, she's just an example. I'm sure there's more. You have to really go in there. Stop being a fucking dumbass like that idiot on Destiny's chat. It's like, no, Trump's not a fucking Trojan horse. Trump ain't Trump's the problem. No, he's just one of them. Manipulation, like reverse psychology. So, like with kids, that's reverse psychology with kids, but that doesn't work, right? We've evolved. Humanity and even human society, we have evolved. So, once upon a time, reverse psychology worked. That basic kind of stuff worked, but it doesn't work anymore. Nowadays, they have things such as Pavlov and the bell and drooling dogs, basically. And what I mean by that is they condition you to drool. And so that one day you hear a bell, you drool, but there's no stake. That's what happened. 9/11, all Jeffrey Epstein, all that shit. The fucking, what's that? What happened on our what's it called? A capital, basically. That's the same thing. That's why in speech, like, oh, he's just and they're bell whistles, or they're like calling to, whatever, I forget the word for it, but that's what's going on there. So again, reverse psychology doesn't work. They're not using Pavlov, and then that will start to what's called, and that will stop working, and then there has to be another one, which I might be the writer of. We'll see if I don't get killed by the people I mentioned before. Ego-driven reporter idiots, sellout fakers, such as Luke Beasley, Adam Malka, Kyle Klinsky, who is only because he has drugs, David Pacman, Philip DeFranco, Colton Wexlet, Hassan Parker, Tim Pool, Caroline Levitt, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Laura Trump, Mike Huckabee, Kellyanne Conway, Peter Ducey, Caroline Levitt, Asmon Gold, Long Island Audit, Asmon, Megan is at Press, Embrew. So all those people before are examples of like the right and blah blah blah. But a good example of the left is Emaru, and then what happens if you're far left. And basically what it is she's too ignorant, and she wants to speak like she's a leader and is being taken advantage of. And she's a hot and pretty girl, and she is her personality is actually pretty good. Even if she's not as hot as she tries to be, like with makeup and stuff. This is why I don't date girls who have too much makeup. But the point is, there are people that take advantage of her and via her insecurities, and how they need you to be insecure, how they need you to feel like, oh, you're a baby, oh, you, and they'll find something, anything at all to make you feel fucking tiny, and they'll use that. And I would show you a video, but they'll get a copyright against me of Bill Burr and how to argue with a woman, basically, right? Or what's his name? There's Bill Burr, how to argue with a woman. And then there is Russell Peters and talking about a store and escalators, I think they're called. And the guys that like, oh, they don't know, but they're willing to give you directions, and they have no fucking idea where it is. It's like, then shut up. But basically, the point is that's exactly what's going on in America. Everyone wants to pretend like they know when they don't have a fucking clue. Give me the money. Give me the money. I want to be the reporter. But reality, you ain't a reporter. Shut up. Ask questions. Don't give answers. You ask questions. Let them answer and report. You're a reporter. Report. You're not a fucking news anchor. You're not a broadcaster. You're not an informant. You don't have a brain, right? Copy pasta. That's who you are. Copy pasta. Okay? Take their message, give it to me. I'll take their message, put it through my brain, because you don't have one. So I'll put it through my brain, I'll connect dots and see patterns and see this or that. And then I'll tell the world this is what I think. And that's how the world progresses. But because there's dumbasses like you who want to take my seat, and how there's exploiters taking advantage of that, so you're trying to take advantage of something, and there's people that are taking advantage of you taking advantage of me, and that's why they have rules and regulations. Like, you're not allowed to have your car, and it's like because you're burning fuel, and that's why you have I forget what it's called. But basically it turns that into like, now you can actually breathe the air, and it's not poison based converter, right? And that's what have regulations, because if everyone is pumping out poison, we all die. You know what I'm saying? So there's regulations, and that's why they're trying to drop the regulations, because it costs them more money to go, and we have to make the air. Oh, air quality. What? Who cares about air? I don't care about air quality. I live on my own farm and my own ranch. I have my own air supply. I'm in a personal bubble. I have a fucking a housing unit on Mars. I don't care what happens on Earth. That's what they're doing. Essentially, that's the rich leaving, and then they fuck up Earth, so now they go fuck up Mars. That's how it happened to Mars, right? We existed on Mars, and then killed it, and then came to Earth, and now we're killing Earth and back to Mars. And the problem is, Mars hasn't recovered. Probably may never recover, right? So we're gonna kill off Earth while we have no Mars. All we're gonna do, live on the moon? Like, come on, be real here. But that again, that's kind of what's going on. And as a final note, before I go, animals are us without drugs. We are drugs. We need drugs. That's why the division is happening. It's because the blue has drugs and the red is anti-drugs. And we're like, have freedom, have rights, and you're an animal, and you're like, nah, bitch, I'm alpha. I don't see it your way. And me in the middle, I'm sitting there smoking a pipe like, this shit's getting testy, and I grab another pipe and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. If you like my ending humor, let me know. Hit that like button. Hit the sub button. Go fuck yourself, bitch. I don't care about that shit. I'm here for you. If you want fucking thumbs me, fuck you too then. Don't give a shit. Take it and go. Like Russell Peters, right? Take it and go. Fuck you. I don't care. Take it and go. I'm not here for you. Right? This is like a classroom. Kids, don't cheat in class. And this is information to tell your kids. This is why kids are fucking stupid, and why the world sucks. Because they're out there cheating in class, not realizing the class is just trying to make sure they know how to do math, so that you can do well in society. But if you're too busy, like, why should I learn math? Why should I learn math? It's so stupid and so pointless. So kids are cheating. Because it's like, oh, this is stupid. But if they know, the reason why is because it's like language. You need to know language so that you can talk to other people, right?